and the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. What we have right here is the Samsung Galaxy S8, which has a 5.8-inch display, which is taller than what you'll see on most devices because of its 18.5:9 screen ratio. What is most impressive, however, is that Samsung managed to fit such a big display into a very compact device. The resulting phone is smaller than the iPhone 7 Plus, which is kind of a big deal considering the iPhone 7 Plus carries a 5.5-inch display compared to the S8's 5.8-inch display, which is not only taller and bigger, but also sharper than what Apple offers. And that is the genius of the Samsung Galaxy S8, because not only did the company come up with a 5.8-inch phone, it also came out with a phone that is smaller than the iPhone 7 Plus and also the Galaxy Note 7 while having a bigger screen. And as you're probably aware of, the more screen, the more space you can type on for your emails, the more space when you're watching movies, when you're playing video games, and given moment. Moving on to the design of the phone, the Galaxy S8 is actually a narrower and shorter version of the Note 7. It has the same dual glass design with both sides of the glass curving towards the edges. And because the back is made of glass, it also picks up fingerprints rather easily, just like the front of the phone. The AMOLED variety, so you get punchy colors, very deep blacks, and excellent contrast and saturation levels watching a YouTube music video. The physical keys on the front have been removed, replaced with on-screen buttons which cut down the bezels on the top and bottom of the device. Up front, you have an 8-megapixel camera and an iris scanner which Samsung debuted on the Galaxy Note 7. The iris scanner works great, it's fast, accurate, and reliable, and we actually found ourselves using it more than the fingerprint reader on the back. But if you're not a fan of either, you can always use your face because the Samsung Galaxy S8 has a face scanning feature to unlock the device. Now about the back-facing camera. On paper, it may seem like Samsung hasn't moved the needle much in the camera department. The sensor around the back is still at 12 megapixels like the S7's, which might surprise some given that most other OEMs seem to agree that two rear-facing cameras are actually better than one. The good news is the S8 retains the same dual pixel technology found in the S7, which means accurate and fast. Depending on where you get the phone from, this phone sports Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 835 processor or Samsung's own 8895 chipset. Regardless, that chipset is paired with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal and expandable storage, which is double than what you get from last year's model. Neither the choice of processor or memory configuration should be an issue though. The 10nm process for the Exynos chipset promises greater efficiency, not to mention 4 gigs of RAM is plenty enough for multitasking. Trouble with whatever task we attempted with it. This phone is stupidly fast, faster than any Android phone we've tested, and it shows in the benchmark results. Our unit notched 165,365 points in Antutu benchmark, 6,162 points in our Geekbench multi-core testing. Battery is at 3,000 mAh on the S8 and it supports fast charging. Overall, it's tough to find fault with the S8. Where other manufacturers are messing around with the formula by introducing cosmetic changes that will have little to no effect on user experience, Samsung's newfound design sensibilities actually make a huge difference. That the S8 managed to pack a 5.8-inch screen, not to mention a lot of technology, into a mid-sized phone that's smaller than the Note 7, smaller than the iPhone 7 Plus, still blows us away. That said, if you're in the market for a new, big but not too big Android phone,